I was up at the house. I laid down, took a nap on the couch, probably.
Jurors in the Alex Murdaugh murder trial have broken their silence, claiming that faith got them through an extremely difficult trial and have shared the most crucial pieces of evidence that convinced them of Murdaugh's guilt. Keep listening to learn what exactly caused Murdaugh's downfall. One juror has shared that the panel prayed together before entering the courtroom Thursday evening prior to delivering the verdict of guilty on all counts, which sent Murdaugh to prison for the rest of his life. "We prayed together. We prayed before we went in. We prayed before we came out to give the verdict," said juror number 530. "That was a huge factor in us being able to sit comfortably with our decision. I can only imagine the pressure they must have felt in making this crucial decision." Shockingly, it took the panel less than 3 hours to convict the disgraced attorney of fatally shooting his 22-year-old son Paul and his wife Maggie. One juror is reported to be the same age as Paul when he was murdered. It must have given him an odd sense of connection to the victim. When the 12 jurors first went into the deliberation room, they took a vote. 9 jurors were for guilty and 3 for not guilty. They calmly discussed the evidence and went through everyone's questions, then took another vote, which was unanimous. "We were all pretty sure we knew what had happened, and we knew who had pulled the trigger," one juror was quoted as saying. He and 10 of the other jurors returned to the Colleton County Courthouse on Friday to watch as Murdaugh, wearing a beige prison-issue jumpsuit and shackles, was handed a double life sentence. The trial had lasted 6 weeks, twice as long as had been predicted, and the jurors had heard from 76 witnesses. In sharing the most critical piece of evidence, one juror said all the evidence in the case was important, but the dog kennel video was particularly crucial. Murdaugh repeatedly told investigators, family members and friends that he didn't go to the dog kennels on the night of the murders.
I was up at the house. I laid down, took a nap on the couch, probably, 25, 30 minutes.
But investigators retrieved a cell phone video from Paul's phone in April 2022 that he had recorded at 8:45 p.m, just 4 minutes before prosecutors say he and his mum were killed.
"Hey, he's got a bird in his mouth!"
Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
It's a guinea.
This is a chicken.
Come here, Bubba.
Come here, Cash.
Come here, Bubba.
Cash.
The clip captured the voices of Maggie and Murdaugh in the background talking about their yellow lab Bubba catching a chicken in his mouth. This critical evidence destroyed Murdaugh's alibi and forced him to take the stand to address the lie. I think it's incredible timing on Paul's part. I don't think that anybody would have ever known that he was down there if it wasn't for that video. I think that there's a lot of evidence that points towards Alex, but I feel like that does solidify it, one juror said. The kennel video, it was something he had lied about, a second juror said. If he didn't do it, how did he know what time to lie about not being there? They agreed that Paul, in a way, helped solve his own murder. One saying, "It says a lot that somebody that couldn't speak, somebody that couldn't be a witness, was able to be a witness even after they passed away." The jury's visit to the murder scene, known as Moselle, helped them flesh out the crime. Ironically, the excursion came at the request of the defence, but it may have bolstered the prosecution's case. Based on the testimony from experts, Murdaugh was standing near the doorway when he used a shotgun to fire the first non-fatal shot at Paul, who was in the middle of the feed room. The second shot came from a dramatic upward angle, this time killing Paul. On the visit, jurors observed a 1-inch threshold at the base of the feed room door that helped explain the second shot's unusual trajectory. I think if Murdaugh is looking at Paul and he's just shot a buckshot, which, if you're not firm, it can rock you pretty good, I think he could have been unbalanced, and I think he could have tripped over that threshold, and that puts him on the ground shooting up. I think that makes sense to me for the angle of the shot, a juror said. Another said that Murdaugh's grueling 2 days on the witness stand didn't decide the case. There was enough evidence there gathered by SLED and produced by Paul, he noted. But Murdaugh's testimony did show the jurors how the disbarred attorney deceived people so persuasively and effortlessly by often combining the truth with a lie. Another juror said she was stunned when Murdaugh decided to testify in his own defence and admit for the first time publicly that he was with the victims 3 minutes before their murders. I couldn't believe that he was taking the stand, she said, and the kennel video, that just kind of sealed the deal. She added that she did not believe Murdaugh's frequent fits of sniffing and sobbing were sincere. I didn't think he was crying. He turned it on and off. It wasn't genuine, she said. I don't think I'd ever be able to answer why someone would do something like that, one member said when trying to understand Murdaugh's motives for this crime. But I know that there are people in the world that don't make sense, and they do things without making it make sense. So I don't know that there is an answer other than it happened and that it shouldn't have. Many of us were shocked when the footage proved Murdaugh was at the scene of the crime. I think that this must have swayed many to believe him guilty. But what are your thoughts? Do you agree with the guilty verdict, or do you think he was wrongfully convicted? Let us know in the comments below. If you got something from this video, please do like, comment and subscribe. It really does mean the world to me. Until next time, take care, friends.